So we're sort of in, I wouldn't say panic production mode, but the show is coming up. And I've got pieces of wood and trying to come up with ideas for them. And this is a slab, it's an offcut of that burl. It's really beautiful stuff because it's super thin. It's at least had a fair shot at drying. It's not going to move much more. And what I'm thinking of doing is cutting it carefully in two, mounting it on, probably use some spalted apple because it's so pretty, and then standing and making 3 black walnut crosses. And I don't mean to sound offensive because let's face it, the religious stuff, somebody has to make it and somebody has to sell it, but people sometimes get twitchy, right? But I'm thinking that this cut in half, and then you have 3, right? 3 crosses, 1 tall one. The black walnut will look awesome on top of this. It says this weird, deep, mottled yellow color. So in effect, right, you'll have this natural, almost like a grotto kind of thing.
Daddy,
right? And then we can put...
the nails.
I took the nails away from you because yeah, you and nails are not a good idea. Sorry, buddy.
And bring them back to me.
Well, maybe in a few years. So I have this natural kind of grotto looking thing, and then, I draw as well as I keep my shop clean. But anyways, you would have three candles here, and I kind of envisioned it like sort of a shrine, loved ones lost kind of thing. By cutting this in half, it'll let me get 2. All right, here is my piece. I did cut it out of apple wood because, gosh, I do love the look of that. And it's just some scraps I had lying around. And the way I made that shape was I took the piece of burl and flopped it down, traced along that edge. Then I carefully stood it up and I traced along the back edge. And the idea was sort of like a reflecting pool kind of thing. Now, the bandsaw leaves a pretty coarse, ugly edge on here. And getting in and sanding all that smooth and flat, while attractive, take forever. I am using an old theater trick, and I'm painting the edges flat black. And that gives it kind of a stylish breaking line. It'll have, 4 little rubber feet there. A stylish breaking line. When the black dries, I'll sand it, so we'll have a crisp, clean edge where the two of them meet. And I did not have to go in there and sand that entire jagged edge by hand, because that's about what you're looking at doing. Somebody's having fun. Here it is assembled. I free-handed the crosses out of, well, be honest, this is the black walnut. My little wood monster over there helped locate in one of the Great Lakes when we were back there last year. And it's ancient black walnut, big iron stains in it. So we call it the shipwreck wood. Certainly it's been underwater for, whoa, no touching, you got painty hands. Certainly it's been underwater for maybe as much as a century or more. So we call it the shipwreck wood. Anyways, your head's in the way. Pop, 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 pop. These crosses were free-handed to give them more of an organic look. Add a little votive candle and it's complete. And those things, of course, are dirt cheap. No one likes to discuss it, but let's face it, you got to make a profit on this stuff, right? If you're doing it for yourself, you can take all sorts of time and patience. And, I would. Why not? But if you're going to resell it, it's got to be churned out. And I know that no one likes to discuss that, and we always hide that aspect of it, and I'm not entirely sure why. But I can tell you that religious things have always sold pretty well for me. You can turn that organic edge to your advantage. You don't have to spend an hour hand sanding that very sculpted edge here. You can just, I don't want to use the word hide it because it makes it sound bad. You can use a different edge treatment that will allow you to do it faster and, let's face it, make a little more money. The pair of these will probably sell, I'll probably put 30 on them and then maybe 50 for the pair kind of thing. So we've got, what do we got out here, buddy? 2 hours maybe? Yeah.
2
So
hours left to go.
I figure that's probably $30 an hour. It's more than I make teaching. So certainly it pays the bills. Basically, if I can make more than 10 an hour with something, I'll typically do it. But if you can find a way to make more of it, go for it.
That's 2 hours a day ago.
2 hours a day ago?
I was at my friend's today.
Ooh. You want it?
I probably throw it in the fire because it's wobbly.
Throw it in the fire because it's wobbly. Yeah, well, it is wobbly, bud.